Next from Antisense Therapeutics, we're going to hear from Adalta Limited, a company looking at commercializing its proprietary eye-body technology. And to tell you all about it, the CEO, Samantha Cobb.
Hello, my name is Sam Cobb. I'm the CEO of Adalta. Thanks for having me. Oops, what's going on here? Our disclaimer. So Adalta is a drug discovery company. We are developing our novel eye-body platform, and our lead candidate is AD214. So AD214 is being developed for the treatment of fibrosis. So if anyone has ever cut themselves, they'll notice an inflammatory or red area. Then you'll get a build-up of a protein, the scar called collagen. Essentially, that fibrotic process happens in a number of organs, including your lungs, and in that instance, your lungs will stiffen and you won't be able to breathe. Our drug, AD214, is being used for the treatment of fibrosis. There's a significant unmet medical need in the area of fibrosis, including idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, so fibrosis of the lung. We've got orphan drug designation in the US FDA for the treatment of IPF with AD214. We're also developing a pipeline of eye-bodies to further expand the novel eye-body platform. We have an experienced team to take AD214 through to a major inflection point, which is the end of phase 1. So a lot of deals happen in fibrosis at that particular point. We're listed on the ASX. Our code is 1AD. We have a market cap of around 36 million. We've got significant institutional investment, about 65%. That includes our major investor, UR Capital. We've also got Platinum Asset Management at 8% and a number of high net worths. Our share price over the last 12 months has gone from 20 cents to 40 cents. Our top 20 shareholders hold about 83% of the company. And as I mentioned, we have significant support from institutional investors, including UR Capital, Platinum Asset Management, who have currently 27 billion under investment, and then also PPM, Private Portfolio Managers. 10% of the company is held by high net worths, who are sophisticated investors, and the board and management hold about 3 to 4%. I'm the founding CEO of Adalta. My background is in science and law. I'm joined by Paul McClellan, our chairman, who's got significant experience in being an ASX board member and director. Also, Robert Peach is on our board. So Robert started a company in the US called Receptos, which got sold to Celgene for 7.8 billion. He's also taken a number of antibodies right through from start to blockbuster. So he has significant experience in this space. John Chiplin was the CEO of an antibody company which was acquired by Cephalon, and Liddy McCall and James William represent our major investor, UR Capital. We're joined by an internationally recognised scientific advisory board. This includes our Chief Scientific Officer, Mick Foley. Brian Richardson and John Westwick come to us from Novartis. John was head of pulmonary drug discovery at Novartis, and Brian was head of R&D. We also have David McGibney and Steve Felsted, ex-Pfizer, so both are clinicians, and with this team we've got the ability to map from the beginning of R&D right through to the end of a clinical trial. So significant experience. So IPF, idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, there's a significant unmet medical need in this area. In the world, including China, there's about 850,000 people that have this disease. If you're diagnosed, you have an average life of about 4 years, and every year 40,000 people die. There's 2 drugs to treat IPF. Both have significant side effects, and both, not many people respond to these, about a third of people. So there's a huge need for novel treatments to treat this devastating disease. So our drug, AD214, has been demonstrated to have broad application in the treatment of fibrosis. So in this picture on the left, you see a picture of a normal lung. In the middle, the disease lung, so that build-up of that protein called collagen. And then on the right, you see a picture of the diseased lung treated with our product 8214. So a significant improvement in the effect of that in that model. Like I mentioned, fibrosis is a very interesting therapeutic area in that a lot of commercial interest. These are all the deals in IPF since 2011, and what we see is a real appetite from big pharma for acquiring assets at the end of phase 1. The average deal is 100 million, and the milestones include 400 to 500 million in milestone payments. So we're looking to take 8214 through to that major inflection point. There are a couple of examples of drugs that have been taken forward to the next stage, so phase 2A and 2B. So Galapagos, as an example, did a small phase 2A study, and their market cap increased by $500 million. Fibrogen did a 12-month study with 100 patients, so a phase 2B study. Their market cap increased by $1 billion with the announcement of that data. So we've shown 8214 has broad fibrotic application, so not only in the lung for the treatment of idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, but we've shown it has application in the eye, so wet AMD, so age-related macular degeneration, also going blind from the cause of fibrosis. In the liver, so NASH, when you non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, going from cirrhosis to fibrosis. In the kidney, chronic kidney disease, and then in the skin, hypertrophic scarring. So collectively, we've shown the broad antifibrotic activity of 8214, and there is a huge unmet medical need in all of these areas. So the key milestones for 8214, we recently announced that we have kicked off our manufacturing agreement with KBI and Celexis. So this is very exciting for us because it really sets out the milestones for the next few years. So the next 12 months we'll be manufacturing 8214, then taking that through to a 4-week non-human primate tox study in the second half of 2019. And in the first half of 2020, we'll be completing our phase 1 study. So a major inflection point where we see a lot of those transactions happening in the area of fibrosis. In parallel to that, we'll be publishing data and building a pipeline of iBody products. So the iBody platform also allows us to build a pipeline of products and do strategic partnerships with big pharma. We have a library of 20 billion different iBodies and can screen these against a number of different targets. Our goal is to build a pipeline of products as well as partnerships. So we see Adalta benchmarks really in 3 key areas. So with the lead 8214, a transaction at the end of phase 1, 100 million in upfront and 400 to 500 million in milestone payments. Next generation antibodies, our closest competitor, Ablinks, was acquired for 3.9 billion euros earlier this year. And then GPCRs, so difficult to access targets, we see a real application in this area. So significant achievements over the last 12 months. We've got our orphan drug status. We've completed additional preclinical models showing the broad application of 8214. We've published our data in Nature Scientific Reports, so a very highly regarded journal. And we've presented at multiple conferences with the big pharma and biotech companies. We've also got our key patent in Australia for 8214. Expected news flow over the next 12 months includes manufacturing update in the next 3 or 4 months, publication of additional data, preliminary non-human primate data, and in the first half of 2019, the completion of our manufacturing and the start of our 4-week tox study, moving to the phase 1 study in the first half of 2020. So Adalta, in summary, initial focus of treating IPF. 8214 has significant clinical validation, preclinical validation. We've got some key milestones to meet over the next 2 years. We've got a powerful platform sitting behind 8214. In terms of an opportunity for investors, we're raising capital in the near future to take 8214 to that near-term clinical milestone. And we're also looking for on-market purchase and/or partnerships with the platform. 8214 provides investors an early commercialisation opportunity at the end of phase 1, and we've got an experienced team to take us there. Thank you.